Long before the first dinosaurs roared, before forests rose or insects took to the skies, before even fish had bones, there was a time when the ocean was silent, shallow, and utterly alien. Life was just beginning to crawl into complexity. And from that darkness emerged a creature no one was prepared for. It had no bones, no jaws, no mercy. It didn't need them. It was fast. It was intelligent by prehistoric standards, and it hunted like nothing before it. Its name? Anomalocaris, the first predator. Chapter 1, A Time of Chaos. It's hard to understand just how strange the world was 500 million years ago. The Cambrian Period wasn't a peaceful beginning, it was a chaotic experiment. Earth was still dangerous and volatile. The land was lifeless, empty. Everything that mattered happened in the sea, and those seas were exploding with new life. This was the Cambrian explosion, a time when nature was throwing everything at the wall to see what stuck. Soft-bodied creatures, worms with spikes, animals with eyes on stalks. Most of them were slow, simple, and defenseless. And then came the hunter. Chapter 2, Born to Rule. Anomalocaris wasn't just another bizarre sea creature. It was big, up to 3 feet long, making it the largest animal on Earth at the time. That may not sound like much today, but in a world of thumb-sized prey, Anomalocaris was a giant. Its body was sleek, segmented, and flexible, built for speed. It had 2 large compound eyes, some of the most advanced visual systems of its time. It could see you long before you knew it was there. And it hunted with a weapon that looks like it came from a nightmare. 2 massive spiny arms that reached forward from its head. Each was lined with hooked claws, perfect for grabbing, squeezing, and pulling prey into its circular, rotating mouth. A mouth with toothed plates arranged like a camera shutter, designed to crush and tear. Everything about Anomalocaris was optimized for ambush, speed, and destruction. And nothing could stop it. Chapter 3, Smarter Than It Looked. Most animals of the Cambrian were simple. Move, repeat. But Anomalocaris had something rare. A brain. Well, not a brain like ours, of course, but a centralized nerve cluster that made it far more aware of its surroundings than its prey. It could track movement with its advanced eyes, steer with its flaps like underwater wings, plan attacks, pursue. In a time when most creatures floated and hoped for the best, Anomalocaris was making decisions. It was no mindless beast. It was a blueprint, the prototype for every predator that would come after. Sharks, crocodiles, raptors, they all owe something to this ancient monster. Chapter 4, No Safe Place. In the Cambrian seas, there were no coral reefs, no seaweed forests, no schools of fish. There was nowhere to hide. Most prey were slow, soft-bodied animals, like trilobites, who crawled along the seafloor in peace. But peace meant nothing to Anomalocaris. It would dive down, arms outstretched, grab a trilobite, and try to crack open its exoskeleton like a nut. And for years, scientists thought it couldn't do it, that its mouth wasn't strong enough, that trilobites were safe. Until new fossils revealed bite marks that matched Anomalocaris exactly. Some trilobites were even found with healed wounds, evidence that they had been attacked and somehow survived. Imagine living in a world where a 3-foot alien might swoop down and crush you at any moment. That was life in the Cambrian. Chapter 5, An Evolutionary Weapon. What made Anomalocaris so terrifying wasn't just its speed, or its claws, or its size. It was the fact that it was new. Life had never seen anything like it. Before Anomalocaris, most animals simply filtered food or grazed. They didn't chase. They didn't kill. This was the birth of predation, and it changed everything. Once killing entered the equation, evolution had no choice but to fight back. Creatures began to evolve armor, spike, camouflage, better vision, faster movement. The Cambrian arms race had begun, and Anomalocaris was the spark. Chapter 6, Lost in Time. For decades, no one even knew what Anomalocaris was. When its fossils were first discovered in the 1800s, scientists thought the body was a shrimp, The mouth was a jellyfish, and the arms were some kind of worm. It wasn't until the 1980s that paleontologists realized it was all one creature. And when they put the pieces together, it didn't just rewrite textbooks. It shocked the world, because this wasn't just an animal. It was proof that evolution had already created complex predators 500 million years ago. And yet, Anomalocaris eventually vanished. How? No one knows for sure. Some believe it was outcompeted. Others think changing oceans, oxygen levels, or mass extinction events played a role. But whatever the reason, it disappeared. And it left behind no direct descendants. No creature like it ever rose again. Chapter 7. The Predator with No Legacy. That's the strange thing about Anomalocaris. For all its power, it's a dead end. An evolutionary experiment that burned bright and then faded away. It didn't evolve into fish. It didn't lead to sharks. It didn't survive the way trilobites or mollusks did. And yet, it changed everything. Because once the first predator appeared, the world could never go back. Anomalocaris forced life to adapt or die, and in doing so, it lit the fuse for every creature that would come after. Even what else lurks in the deep past? It's easy to think of Earth's history as a long, slow crawl toward complexity. But sometimes it leaps, and in those moments, strange things rise from the depths. Anomalocaris was one of them. It was alien, powerful, and ancient beyond imagination. But perhaps the most terrifying thing about it is that it's just one of many forgotten giants. So if this video gave you chills or made you look at evolution in a whole new way, hit that subscribe button and join our journey into deep time. Like the video if you think nature's first monsters deserve more attention. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite prehistoric predator and why? Because if this was just the beginning, what other monsters are still waiting to be uncovered?